Well. If you've seen my last video, a lot of you didn't like my opinion, and that's fine. If you want to dick ride EA, that's great. But like, the state of the video game industry is release a half-assed product, minimal content, same content from last game, and then maybe in 2 years we'll give you a little bit more, or give you, you know, enough content to where this should have been, you know, at launch. It's a problem. And if y'all are gonna keep supporting these companies in releasing 20% of their game and then finally getting 100% of the game 2, 3, 4 years later, stop. All right, like, I don't have a sponsorship with EA. I can speak my mind. I don't have to be like, oh yeah, so good, I love it, so great, even if it's not. I'm gonna give my opinion, okay? We all have opinions, but if something's bad, I'm gonna call it bad. Now, that last update with the multiplayer and the loading screens and getting kicked out immediately, and I showed everything in the video, it's bad. That's a waste of the player's time. It just wasn't a thing. I haven't touched it. I uninstalled it. As you can see, I'm re-downloading it now, but I've been waiting. I've been keeping my eye on it because I am curious what they're doing with this Need for Speed Underground Drift and Drag whole thing. Okay, so we got some freaking patch notes. Okay, it drops tomorrow. I gotta say, at first glance, I just like scroll through my phone, they're adding spinners now. After just playing Midnight Club 3 and Midnight Club LA, spinners are a welcome change. Now, I still, until I get my hands on it, I'm not gonna be like 100%, but I will say that this update seems like it's actually going in the right direction. Now, the problem is, we're literally what, a year and 7 months, a year and 8 months after. Has it really been that long? When did Unbound come out? December 2nd, 2022. So we are a year and a half into the life of this game, and we're finally just now getting what we should have gotten. I mean, the whole car list was recycled. Like, there was really nothing new. Look, I love Need for Speed. I've always loved Need for Speed, but the way the video game industry, it's not just Need for Speed that does it. It's a ton of games. It's a ton of companies that are doing that. We need to stop supporting them, stop pre-ordering when they give us half-ass stuff. A year and a half into it, we shouldn't be getting proper drifting and drag racing. This is a Need for Speed. Drag racing is in its pedigree. We shouldn't be getting it at a year and a half after launch. So, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, a lot of you get mad at me when I give my opinion, but like, if it's bad, it's bad. This, like I said, it goes for everything. All right, it's not just Need for Speed doing this shit. It needs to be stopped. And if everybody's gonna dick around and be like, oh my god, finally, it's so good, this game's so great now, this should have been at launch. This should have been at launch. It's drag racing in a racing game. All right, anyway, so they added drag mode in PvP and free roam. Drag racing in PvP sounds cool. Now, it does seem like they brought back the old school Underground, where it's like 4 lanes and you're dodging traffic and you're actually shifting and you're dodging shit. Like, that seems pretty cool. Now, if you think about it, remember we were supposed to get the airport in it was shown in what, the like opening cinematics for like the trailers they sent, and we still never got an airport in Lakeshore. Not really anywhere I can remember where drag racing would be really good, but they've added some stuff. So basically, look, 4 players on the start grid, engines revving, tire smoke, blah blah blah. Okay, we go back to the ways of the Underground with things like lane switching and manual gear shifting at just the right spot, while adding some new with tire warm-up sequence to gain you burst NOS. You will see we have blended the old and the new too, with things like the rev counter and gear change UI. So completely going back to Need for Speed Underground, which this is a good move. Like I said, I don't know why a year and a half into launch on a game where this was in a game 20 years ago. I don't know why this wasn't always a thing. I guess we'll take it. Okay. Say that we know our world was not built for drag. Yeah, kind of not really a lot of good spots. We've sourced some of the best routes on Lakeshore to give that Underground vibe. Want to live your fantasy a quarter mile at a time? We got you. Half mile, quarter mile, and some longer strips. We're super pumped to be able to bring this mode back in the Need for Speed Spray in a truly different way of playing, where it's about quick fingers and feet down. So, I mean, PvP and free roam, I'm glad they have it in PvP and not just free roam, because that means you can hop on and just drag race people nonstop, which is pretty freaking cool. Okay, added drift pro mode in PvP and free roam. So basically, Now you have to equip, so basically, there it is, the Drift Pro tires. Okay, you put those on and you will have this Drift Pro mode. You have to put the Drift Pro tires on. Okay, more natural and analog drift occurring, deeper angles, longer drift, much greater sense of being able to feel when the car is going to lose control, allowing you to chain drifts together and really slay some tires. Now, Need for Speed's always kind of felt like it's been on rails with drifting. It's not fun, honestly. We'll see what the change is like. But until we get in there, we just won't know. But I'm glad they've revamped it. I'm sure that wasn't easy. So they take inspiration from Underground with streamlined scoring, multiplier, and chaining, but added in some new with twin drifting, drifting in tandem with other players. I don't know who calls that twin drifting. Nobody. It's just door-to-door action with some tandems. But they turn collisions off, which makes sense for PvP because people are just going to slam into you and be assholes. Like, I get that. They're like, if you want them on, let us know. So it's not, I think maybe they should just give the option, but I think collisions off are the way to go because these kids can't drive. Drift Pro events will be 8 players, and the goal is to get the highest possible score. So I'm all for that. Added drift tires for improved drift handling. We literally just talked about that. Yeah. Added league in free roam. So bringing some single player progression flavor into online. League is a league to climb up to the top, blah blah blah, inspired by the URL, the Underground Racing League, if you remember that. Complete the challenges to unlock the opportunity to take on the races of Lakeshore. Watch out for Ross in a 1-to-1 drag race. Beat them and move up the league. New racers to take on will be released over the course of the volume, so make sure you check back in each week to see who is next on the list to beat. So it seems like one a week, I guess. There's select rival racer vehicles to own too when you beat them in the 1v1s. 12 racers to beat totally. Well, actually 13, but check the community challenge for that. Okay. So over 3 months. All right. I mean, one a week is, you're going to be done in 5 minutes. So that's not a lot of content, but we're getting there. It seems like they added a good amount of races. Okay. So we got to give them props for that because it's more than freaking Motorfest is doing at the moment. A new thing, community challenge. Take on community challenge of sticking to the cops. Fulfill the challenge, and there's some members of the person set up the challenges. Make grace us with their presence and have one of their customs up for grabs. You will want to make sure you work as a community, though. We hear this mysterious racer likes to switch up their rides, so it might not be around to grab forever. So this is going to be like a FOMO kind of a deal. Do the community challenges or you miss out forever. Okay. So here's, hopefully this is all in the game and not like, because like when Need for Speed does a new volume, they change the playlist and the races that were there before are now gone and there's new ones there. I don't know why they don't just keep all of the races in, and like, in what world should you take races out of a game and then add a different one? Like, what if some people really like those? Like, we should have access to all the routes, all the races. I don't know why they do this. It's a dumb move, honestly. It is what it is, right? 37 additional playlists. That's a lot. But keep in mind, that's probably because they axed all the other playlists, and these are all new playlists. 20 Drift Pro routes, 10 new, 10 remix. So we're getting at least 10 new routes just for this new Drift Pro thing. This is cool. 37 drag routes, all new routes. I mean, they have to be, it's drag, but 37 drag routes is pretty cool. That's a lot. I was expecting like 5 or 10, not a lot here, but 37. I gotta give them a round of applause for that. Okay, 10 brand new race routes for the Need for Speed Legends playlist. This includes being able to drive in Eddie's and Rachel's iconic Skyline in 350Z. Okay. 4 equal performance. Sorry, we're gonna even exchange on our couch. Anyway, 4 equal performance playlists for the new Ford Mustang Dark Horse 24 and the BMW M3 Competition Touring 23. Now that is a wagon. I'm all about it. So BMW M3, this is what it looks like if you're not familiar. Pretty excited for this. It'll have 3 body kits. And then I'm just not a Mustang person. I've never really cared for them. I mean, of all the things to add to the game like this, like we got Mustangs, you know, it's the same thing. Give us like a new car, you know what I mean? Don't give us something that's already in the game. I'm not hyped about this at all. This, cool, I'm about it, but yeah, so their two new cars are kind of meh to me, you know, but it is what it is. So yeah, so it's like everybody's got the same performance level when you race with those cars. Added new races, events, and changed our meetup structure in free roam. New races and events can be played in free roam as they can in PvP. Additionally, you can equip Drift Pro tires, then take to the streets. We'll see that meetups now have specific event types. University meetup contains Drift Pro. Storm Drain is drag. So it's like, okay, it's just where to find them. All right, cool. I guess increased max rank. I think mine's like 1 or 2, 3. I did like 1 or 2 races. Max rank is 250. Think of these new 50 ranks as more exclusive, underground themed, and accompanied by rank icons, titles, and banner art, unlocking every 10 ranks. Okay, well, at least they got something to grind for, I guess. So it says not only are there 2 new cars, but there's some other stuff. So yeah, we already touched on this. It's going to have the new handling model on these 2 new cars. So you got the Dark Horse, the BMW M3 Coupe, Melissa's custom Mitsubishi Eclipse from Need for Speed Underground. Okay, cool. Speed Hunters Drift Custom BMW M3, Speed Hunters Drag Dark Horse, Need for Speed Underground Series inspired drag BMW M3 Competition Touring. Okay, and then inspired Need for Speed Underground inspired Mustang Dark Horse. 4 Lakeshore Racer vehicles, check back each week. I guess we'll see what those are. Community Challenge Custom, they're like, what? Question mark. So maybe we get a 3rd new car. So available in the speed, so you're gonna have to get the premium speed pass to get literally all of these. You know, it is what it is. I get it, like shit's not free to make. So speed pass, let's see what they're doing here. Added LED rims. Now all these like flashy wheels and like how there's like designs on it, like that's not my style. That's, if you like it, cool, I guess. So yeah, they're doing that. LED plates, license plates. Added beat matched rim. A waveform displayed on LED rim will change depending on the beat of the music playing. Well, I turned the music off because it's shit, but cool. I guess mine will just be dead the whole time. New decal, ode to Neville, as a nod to our fallen brother Chris Gauthier. Rip Neville, man. In carbon, if you didn't know, we have added his iconic octopus decal. Okay. Added spinners. Wouldn't be underground without spinner, right? New twist here is that we are rocking them on LED rims. Check them out in the speed pass. I mean, hopefully we get more than just one spinner, but this is sick. Bring back the Lincoln Navigator. Bring back the SUVs. Come on, man. Shit. Spinners? Added new rims. New real rims. Real rims. Okay. There's 6 new rims up for grabs in the past 2, all free and with some brands like Rotiform. Okay. Hopefully they're not dookie. Premium VFX. Rip up the road. Burn up the road. 2 new driving effects. Okay. Added new titles. Okay. A whole lot more plates, decals, transparent turbo fans, underglows, character skins, projections, XP boost, twin smoke, quality of life. Added manual reset on track. With this, we heard how it can be super frustrating when you crash. Do not get auto reset and are then left alone in the cold out of the action. Again, this is not something that should have been a 1.5 years later. Like, this shit needs to be at launch, and these games need to be stop being half-assed. So yeah, that's a welcome change. Players facing the wrong way and his speed is under 30. Speed is under 30. Okay. Made changes to the suspension dampening values. This is to improve curb reactions at high speed. We hear you in the issues here and have tried something to help without having to change our whole handling model. Okay, well, maybe we'll see. I do remember like some of the cars get a little wild when you hit a curb. Makes sense. Curbs are big, you know, but it's an arcade game. And then a bunch of bug fixes. I'm not gonna go through this. So maybe it'll be good. I know, you know, I was not a fan of the last update. It was just a waste of time with loading screens and being kicked out of the PvP menus and back to the menu. I think they fixed that though. I think they made it so when you get kicked out, you go back to the PvP menu, not to the main screen. So I think that's a thing. I think they did address that, which, as far as I know, I was the only one making a big stink about it. So maybe, hopefully they saw that and they fixed that because of that. I don't know if people were complaining anywhere else, but you know, you're welcome. All right, like somebody's got to be the bad man here. All right, and I'll take the hit, like, because that shit's not cool. But anyway, let me know if you're gonna check it out. I mean, Motorfest is dead right now. If Need for Speed actually has underground drag racing like back in the old days, and you're switching lanes and banging gears, and we can make new drag specs now, and drifting is gonna be better, I might get back into it. I might, you know, it's a little bit of a drought right now, but let me know what you think, if you're gonna come back. If not, I'll definitely check it out. I know I said I was done with the game, but maybe they've sucked me back in. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see tomorrow. Anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.